What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, GGFOREX here. Now, I am back in FTMO. I lost the last challenge. I don't know if I told you guys this, I can't remember. My mind's a bit everywhere. But I basically ran out of days, tried some trades just to see what I could do with like my last day or two. Didn't work out great, failed it, but I am back in for a 10k challenge, right? But after my experiences of losing past stage 1 of 35k, failed stage 2, then I didn't quite reach 10% on stage 1 for 70k challenge, did a retake and then just recently failed that. So now I'm in my third challenge, which is a 10k challenge. Why 10k? Money, purely that, just money. It's cheaper, doesn't matter. If I can prove that I can pass FTMO, then I'm happy with that. And then I think with FTMO, if you make 10% in 4 months, and if you're positive for 50% of those 4 months, then they give you an extra 25k anyway. So you pay, I think, £130, that's the conversion from euros, £130 for a 10k challenge, and then in 4 months you get an extra 25k put on top, so you've actually got a 35k account, which is still pretty decent, because if you do 10% of that a month, you get 3.5 grand, then you take 70% of that, and then you get 2.5 grand, so 2.5 grand on top of your normal wages. Very good, right? Awesome. But after my experiences with failing those previous challenges, I learned what I was good at, what I was comfortable with, what I was doing wrong, and here's what I found. I found that I was more accurate and it was a lot less stressful doing the high time frames. But there was also a problem of reward to risk. Now, if I'm like when I was doing my EG trade, right? I was in that for 10 days. Normally that pair wouldn't be in that trade for 10 days. And it only moved to 1 to 3, right? And I was risking 0.5%. So I was in a trade for 10 days at a 1 to 3, at 0.5%. It took me 10 days to make 1.75% gain, right? That's just too long. So what I've done is I've adapted it again. We're forever adapting on this channel, okay? Like Bear Grylls. Adapt, overcome, survive. I don't even know what it is, but let me know in the comments below if you know what it is, right? But we've adapted. We understood what we were good at, we understood what we're bad at, understood the situation that we're in, aka 9 to 5. You can't trade like these scalpers do. It's just not going to happen. So it has to be higher time frames, but the risk has to be higher too. So instead of going for 0.5%, I'm going to risk 1%. Why? Because there's been many occasions where I could have passed the challenge if I was just risking a high percentage. Simple as that, right? Now, I'm not going to be over leveraging. I'm not going to be putting up 2% on trades. I'm literally just going to do 1% trades. And my TPs are going to be my support and resistance lines. So that'll probably be a 1 to 3. Some of them have been a 1 to 2. And that's it. I'm going to see at different times of the week, basically on a Friday, where price is. If it's near a support and resistance line and it's near towards the end of the day, like 10 PM GMT, where the market's shut, I don't want to get gapped out. The market could always go in my favor, which I'll show you a breakdown on my GJ trade. I had 2 trades on GJ on NFP. Both worked out great. If I held over the weekend, they would have done better. But again, I don't know that. I'm in a challenge. I'm being safer. I'm being smart. I'm trading smart money. Smart. Okay? You have to be smart to trade smart money. That makes sense. You have to be a smart trader to trade smart money concepts. You can't just guess and hope. There has to be logic and reason for everything that you do. Otherwise it's gambling, it's not trading. Let me know if this is clicking with you in the comment in the comment box, right? But for those of you who have seen my AU trade I did, It's already in the GGFOREX group. I did that. It was a beautiful setup. For those of you who aren't in the group, the link is down below. I'm going to go over that setup now anyway, and NU like I have promised. And I'll show you my breakdown of my GJ trades, and then hopefully give you a better idea of how I'm going to tackle this next challenge again. Hopefully third time's the charm. Obviously 10k count isn't a massive account, but what it proves to myself is, yes, I can get 10% in a month. I know I can anyway, but on the high time frames with my current lifestyle and risking 1%, so it proves that if I can do it this way when I have a higher account, I can do it that way again on that account and then compound. And again, when I get my personal account up to a decent amount, I won't bother with FTMO. I'll just use my personal account. I'm using FTMO as a tool. Unless FTMO have amazing accounts, then I might just go full send with FTMO alongside my personal account. I'll do whatever I want, but I'm waffling on. Let me just show you what I'm on about and how I'm actually going to tackle this challenge. You can see me in the corner. This is my AU trade. So the people in the group, my GGFOREX group, I've already seen the setup, what I was thinking, and the annoying fact is I was 0.2 pips away from my entry. 0.2 pips. And I'll show you why I didn't market execute, and that's because it is my rules. If I believe price could go higher, I'm going to wait for price to do what it's going to do. I'm not going to assume what it's going to do. Remember guys, I'm trading my plan. Planning my trade, trading my plan. Okay? You can't just think, oh, what if, and then jump into trades with market execute, because as soon as you're in that trade, that's it, it's too late. There's no change in your mind. You're either going to win or you're going to lose. So what I was seeing on the 4-hour time frame, because I'm noticing that the 4-hour time frame just really clear to me, and what I was seeing was a big push up, big push down, and then price retracing back to the cause of that. Now this price action here, all it did was fill in this imbalance and mitigate this order block beautifully. Have a look. Filled that imbalance. When it got close to it, it tried it a couple times, never made it. Filled imbalance, then price came down, right? So I saw that and I was like, right, this is now my new point of interest. And where did it happen? On my point of interest line. So people on the lower time frames, let's just go down to 2-hour, people would have been seeing this as resistance, so they would have done this or whatever, seeing this as resistance, and then had their stops over here. What did price do? Shoot up, take out the premature sellers, come back down, take out people who are seeing this as support for buys. Maybe they had their stop losses down here or whatever, then they got triggered in, they thought they're in profit. What price actually do came down, took them out, where I was getting in for the sell because of high time frame bias. If I did a full top down analysis, which I'm not going to do in this video, but it was bearish. Okay, so I'm trading with the trend, but here's what I was seeing. My entry, remember you got to have spread on this as well. Yes, this is a major, and I was seeing this roughly right before Asian crossover. So New York finish, Asian crossover, right? My entry was just slightly higher. I think it was to the body of this. Either way, if I zoom right in, you'll be able to see where my actual entry was. Then you've got to put spread on top of that as well. Now remember what I said in my other video, what I like to have is raw spreads. So I don't have raw spreads on the FTMO broker. That's just how it is. On my personal account, when I get one, I'll be having a raw spreads broker. Okay, so this would have triggered me in on my personal account. But my stop loss, my entry was really about that on my FTMO broker. And the reason why it was there is because I was entering off this 3-hour candle, which was 50% of that 4-hour candle, And I was believing price could go higher to get this 1 hour candle. Well, let me just zoom out a little bit. I believed price was potentially going after this candle. I thought during the Asian session, the likelihood of price going up, mitigating out of their orders of that 1 hour candle was quite high. Obviously I was wrong. All it did was mitigate the 4 hour and the 3 hour beautifully, and price never bothered to fill this imbalance down here until now. So this was imbalance, right? So let's zoom out and let's see what's going on. So this was imbalance, and what did price do later on? Come and fill it and mitigate out of this 1 hour candle. So price has come back to mitigate out of these orders, but the price action that I was going for has already gone. The targets that I was targeting has already gone. So I'm not going to get FOMO, I'm not going to get revenge trading, I'm not going to jump back into the market, because what I was predicting, what I wanted, already happened. It just didn't trigger me in by 0.2 pips. Frustrating, I know, but in trading, that is going to happen. You have to accept that. That will happen to you, okay? So, again, 50% of a 4 hour order block. Price took out the retail sellers, took out the retail buyers, came back, beautifully got out of the 50% of that 4 hour candle, came back down, and then went after this, what retail traders would call support. I'm going to make it a different color and just put liquidity bottom so you can see what I'm looking at. This price came down, bounced near it, bounced. They would have classed that as an area of support, came down, bounced again. So people would have seen this as a strong area of support. Obviously price came down, smashed it through. So I missed out on a 1 to 4.58, 4.38. So missed out on a 1 to 4 there beautifully. Would have played out. Happened at NFP Friday as well. Would have been a really nice 4% gain for my FTMO challenge. Didn't get that, but it's okay, right? Now let's go over my GJ trade that I did get on NFP, and that I also put in the GGFOREX group. Now, 4 hour time frame again. I didn't catch this until price was already in this candle. Now, learning from what I did on my AU trade, right? I didn't want to do the same mistake. So price was already in this. I actually market executed, okay? But again, I would have sold here if I seen this earlier. I just didn't, because I didn't get to the charts until this time of the day, right? Like after work, probably around about 7, 8 o'clock at night. So I market executed because I was happy to sell here anyway on the higher time frame. This is a 4 hour time frame anyway, but what I also did was I went down to the 15-minute time frame, and I wanted to see what price was doing. So if I zoom out, I could see price was, this is my, ignore that setup on the right, that is a re-entry that I've got for tomorrow if it plays out, but this is that 4 hour candle that I was playing in, okay? Price was in here, so this is a 4 hour zone. I saw price right on my point of interest line. Price was what? Making higher highs, divergence, strong divergence coming down in my point of interest. So what did I do? I played my market execution, and then I put my stop loss above where I would have done it on that 4 hour time frame. So if this loads back up, it was roughly, if I can remember, 50% of that candle. So let me just get rid of that, and let's do my trade planner so I can show you what I'm on about. Roughly there. Oh, that's the fib line. Roughly like that. and I was playing it above the highs, roughly 20 pip stop, and I was targeting these lows here, right? Let me just delete that for now so it doesn't confuse you, because this is a re-entry for me. So this is what I was targeting. Mainly my main target is down here. Why? Because this price action caused this huge move. So I think the banks want to flag price down. This is a counter trend trade. Riskier, but not that risky as we are on a 4H time frame. All right. So price came up here, come down. People would have seen this as support and resistance. Again, a buy level, because price came down here, bounced up. So I think when price comes down here again, people are going to start buying, and that what happened, they got taken out. I got out of this trade, I think a 1 to 3.5 ish, because it was late Friday night. I didn't want to hold this position over the weekend and take that risk, right? So, but if I held, would have got a 1 to 5.5, but I still would have been holding now for the rest of the week, because I still think price is going to come down to this area. Again, it's a logical TP, also support and resistance, right? Even though I'm not trading support and resistance. But that wasn't the only trade I got in on this pair. I also got another re-entry, okay? I just got to remember what time frame it was. I think it was a 2-hour time frame. It was this. This was my second entry on this pair. And it was this candle here. A bit more aggressive, but following the same rules. It was basically a test of the test. It did play around a bit, did get a bit scary. 21 pip stop, same TP overall. Would have been a 1 to 6, and that was a 1 to 6. So it would have been roughly 12% gain, but with the points you would have been roughly 13% up. Again, I didn't do that. I had the same TPs here and here. I think I got out at a 1 to 2 on the second entry, roughly. So where did 1 to 2 be? Roughly there. 1 to 3.5. Roughly there, maybe roughly there. We'll go out somewhere like that. That's roughly what it looked like. Okay, that's roughly what it looked like. So it was 5.5% gain from these two trades, again on NFP. So I also wanted to protect myself. As soon as this one triggered and broke this structure, both of these trades were at break even. And then just let it ride out. And obviously, because it was Friday evening, weekend was starting, I just wanted to get out the trade. But that was my 2 GJ breakdowns. I hoped that that made sense to you guys, but I was trading the order flow down to a logical area, knowing that this was a counter trend trade, so the risks are naturally higher, but it made sense to me. I was trading on the high time frames. But yeah, so hopefully that made sense to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my FTMO back end as well. So let me just show you my NZD CAD. NZD CAD, yeah, NZ New Zealand dollar CAD, okay? So this is my NZD CAD trade. Again, coming in at a logical area. If I go to my 4-hour time frame, getting in at this support and resistance lines. People have been taken out of their trades, and down here are weekly equal lows as well down here. But let me just show you my for that proof, because I know some people are like, it's not true. Go on history, 2 weeks. So my 2 GJ trades, GJ down there, both those winners, and I lost on Euro Pound and USD Swiss on NFP as well. And let me just go to my Matrix account. So I'm currently £339 up on the account, so that is 3.39% up, and my history is literally just those 4 trades so far. That is it. I I end the challenge on the 3rd of July. So if I can pass this before the 5th, which is my birthday, that'd be amazing. Again, it's still for only a £10,000 account. That's not really an issue for me. But yeah, so far, number of trades 4, 2.89 lots used. Average RR is just 2.7%, with a 50% win rate at the moment. So overall, not too bad. Again, more of a, I'm just going to get in and out of the markets, trading high time frames, using my confluences, but again, just having slightly smaller TPs, using my support and resistance lines as TPs, because that's when I know people will be getting in, where their emotions are going to be getting away with them, and then obviously watching smart money take them out. Hopefully, it doesn't work all the time. Again, it doesn't have to, right? So I hope you learned a lot from this video, guys. If it has made sense, let me know in the comment box below. If you want to see my trade markups, there will be in the GGFOREX group, so the link is down below for that as well if you haven't already joined. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Love you all, and for those of you who are doing the FTMO challenge, it is going to be a process. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? And the fact that most people failed the challenge is the fact it's really hard, okay? But when you pass, I believe it will be the best thing that has ever happened. So again, like, share, subscribe. Love you all, and I'll see you on the next one.